Congratulations on being hired for your first on-campus position. Since you've never worked as a student employee on campus at F&M, you will need to request new hire employment paperwork from the Student Employment Office. Drop in the Student Employment Office, located in Harwood Commons, lower level, to scan a QR code to request your new employment paperwork. Your new supervisor might also send you the link directly after you have been officially hired. Completing the new hire employment paperwork is a two-phase process. For Phase 1, you will need to complete the digital paperwork package sent to you via email. The I-9 form is required for all employees working in the United States. You are required to complete only Section 1 of Page 1 on the I-9 document. Section 2 of Page 1 is completed during Phase 2 of the student employment process. Page 3, or Supplemental A of the I-9 form, is only required if you used a translator to complete the I-9 form. You can ignore completing Page 4, Supplemental B. Next, upload scans or screenshots of your forms of identification, and you must bring these same forms of original identification to your student employment meeting, at which time we will physically verify your identification in person. When uploading your personal forms of identification into the Adobe document for Phase 1, you will need to have the original, unexpired personal identification documents physically with you on campus. It's very important to know that screenshots, images, and copies of these required documents will not be accepted in Phase 2 of this process under any circumstances. To understand what is an acceptable identification document to upload in this field, visit this website and thoroughly review the information of the I-9 Acceptable Documents page. This page breaks down types of identification documents into two tiers. The first tier is List A documents, and the second tier is List B and C documents. The documents on List A show both identity and employment authorization. Students uploading an acceptable List A document should not be asked to provide any other document. Some List A documents are, in fact, a combination of two or more documents. In these cases, the documents presented together count as one List A document. The documents on List B establish only identity, while the documents in List C establish employment authorization. Students who choose to upload a List B document must also provide a document from List C for employment authorization. Conversely, students who choose to upload a List C document must also provide a document from List B for evidence of identity. In summary, if you present a document from List A, you do not need to provide an additional document. However, if you present a document from the lists B or C, you must provide a document from both of these lists. Next, in the direct deposit authorization field of the Adobe document, you will be asked to provide a copy of a voided check. If you do not have a voided check, you can upload a screenshot of your banking app or website that shows your account number and routing number. It's important that you have both numbers listed. This will make sure that your paycheck is deposited correctly. Please contact the Student Employment Office if you need help with this section. Throughout the process of completing the new employee paperwork Adobe document, you can use the missing item counter to track your progress. When you complete every required field of the Adobe document, a Sign Here button will appear indicating that there are no missing items. The Adobe form may reset itself if you do not complete it in one sitting, so we advise students to allot enough time to complete the form in one sitting. Once you've completed the new employee paperwork Adobe document, you are done with Phase 1 of the new hire employment paperwork process. Phase 2 of the process is to schedule an in-person identification verification meeting in the Student Employment Office. A link to schedule a meeting was previously emailed to you. Students are required to physically bring the original unexpired identification documents to the meeting. Copies, screenshots, images, and video call meetings will not be accepted as presentation of original documents under any circumstances. The meeting will be canceled if the physical original documents are not presented. In your meeting, a student employment staff member will review your documents with you. After the staff member has reviewed your documents in the meeting, you have completed Phase 2 of the new hire employment process. You are not able to begin working until both Phase 1 and 2 of this process are complete. The Student Employment Office will contact your supervisor when you've completed both phases of your new employment paperwork process and you are able to start working. We hope this tutorial offers an easy step-by-step guide through navigating the new hire paperwork process. Remember, if you have any more questions about completing this process, don't hesitate to contact the Office of Student Employment. Congratulations again on being hired for your first on-campus position. We're so glad to welcome you to the student employment community.